We now have breaking news coming in from South Asia, where in a strong message to the United States, Prime Minister Narendra Modi told Vice President Vance that any aggression from Pakistan would be met with a devastating response, according to sources cited by the New York Times. That warning turned into action within hours. On the same night, Pakistan launched attacks on 26 locations. India immediately responded with powerful strikes targeting multiple Pakistani bases. The operation was described as precise, strategic, and unmistakably strong. We're joined by Brigadier Rajan Jamwal, defense expert located in Jammu and Kashmir. Thank you very much, Brigadier Jamwal, for joining us. I want to get your immediate response, Brigadier Jamwal, on this ceasefire that has been signed. We've now seen just under 24 hours that it has been active for. What do you think of India's leadership in this? What do you think of the United States leading these mediation efforts in regard to this ceasefire?
You see, it has been only a ceasing of live fire which was going around across the line of control and international border. It is not exactly cessation of hostilities. In fact, the ceasefire was broken just 3 hours after. It was supposed to have come into effect. That is what, 5 o'clock yesterday. Yesterday night at about 9 o'clock again, there were drones which had come on both Srinagar and Jammu area, and there were reports, and of course they were all neutralized, and then the retaliation, and thereafter it was all calmed down. As such, what I am coming to, there has been no cessation of hostilities. All our economic and diplomatic means stay. Pakistan is on notice. On notice means it has been officially declared that any terrorist attack on India would be taken as an act of war. So the forces as such are on the deployment positions along both international border and the erstwhile line of control of the thing. So some relief to civilians, in fact, by way of some no live firing going across, and since the Pakistanis were firing on civil areas of our side, in retaliation, like they always do. So that is a relief. Overall, I see this as a temporary pause, because given the hybrid structure of power structure in Pakistan and the way the country has been created with the whole idea of hating India, it's a question of time before they get back to the usual ways. So the important thing would be the terms of the ceasefire and the monitoring of undoing of the terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan, which even the US wants. Now, to what extent the Pakistan will agree? Will it agree to an international monitoring system where the terrorist infrastructure is dismantled? Because by the senior military officers attending funerals of globally designated terrorists. These guys, some of these guys were declared terrorists by the US itself, and the Pakistan Army has exposed its hand. Subsequently, even now the Commodore, the spokesperson of the Pakistan Air Force, when he was briefing about Kashmir, he has openly admitted that we had a hand in Pulwama by saying it was tactical brilliance. So there is no proof required that Pakistan has been supporting terrorism. Yes. So as such, what I would say is that the international monitoring system which has to be put in place, which ensures that they dismantle this thing. I don't know how long it will be possible, or whether that would be done at all.
Yes, yeah. Brigadier Jamwal, I just want to bring some more information. India has reiterated that its unambiguous stand on Kashmir. Sources say that the only pending issue is the Pakistan the return of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, or POK. Official sources have made it clear there is nothing else left to discuss. The message to Islamabad is direct. If Pakistan wants to discuss anything, it should be the handover of terrorists sheltered on its soil. Other than that, New Delhi is not interested in talks. The sources also stated emphatically that India does not require any mediation from third parties. The Kashmir issue, they say, is an internal matter and the position remains non-negotiable. Brigadier Jamal, I want to get your immediate response to that statement. India's statement that the problem of Pakistan occupied Kashmir and the whole region of Jammu and Kashmir is an internal matter and does not need any international mediation. This obviously comes after Donald Trump said he would address the problem, this ongoing problem which has been an issue since 1947.
Exactly. I mean, this is exactly what I was telling you earlier. The only left thing to deal with Pakistan is they have to hand over their part of the Kashmir back to us and stop using terrorism as a matter of state policy. I mean, there is nothing else to discuss with Pakistan. We are not in the same league. They are in a different league. We are in a different league. I mean, they have come to know in any case by now. The government of India has just stated the obvious. It has just stated the obvious. The thing is, the terror infrastructure part is what we are looking at the global community. They can put pressure on Pakistan to dismantle the same. And whether the government, the rest of the world can put those pressures will define how much this pause in the succession of live fire will extend to. If they are unable to do that, I'm sure then we can continue from where we are left. Thank you.
Yes, and we have some more information once again. Consequent to the ceasefire and airspace violations on the night of the 10th to the 11th of May 2025, General Upendra Dwivedi, the Chief of Army Staff, reviewed the security situation with the Army commanders of the western borders. The Chief of Army Staff has granted full authority to the Army commanders for counteraction in the kinetic domain to any violation of the understanding reached via the DGMO talks of the 10th of May 2025. I want to get your response once again, Brigadier Jamwal. There obviously has been reports circulating on social media, and Narendra Modi has now mentioned those. If this cross-border firing continues, and the shelling stops, how can you see this war moving forward? Do you still see this ceasefire being upheld, or do you see it escalating once again?
Exactly. I mean, that is what I was telling you. I'm looking at it as a pause. I mean, immediately as a pause. Hopefully, I mean, it may turn into some permanent solution if Pakistan, listens to the right senses. As of now, the forces on both sides are on the line of control and border. They have not got back. Our economic and means, especially the stoppage of water, stays. We have abrogated the Indus Water Treaty. I mean, we have changed our stance about it. Any provocation from across would be immediately replied to. That basically focuses that Pakistan is also now in a state of permanent mobilization at a time they can ill afford to. I mean, this is the point. We want them to stay in a state of mobilization, so that it has got a very massive impact, economic impact. You remember the way USSR got disintegrated. It was not a kinetic action actually, it was economic. Now, forcing them to stay in this pause for a little indefinite period will have economic consequences. And they are, in any case, living on borrowed money, not only borrowed time, they are living on borrowed money, which is cost.
Yes.
You got $1 billion, 6.5 more they want, and when it comes, not immaterial, but you cannot indefinitely fight on borrowed money. That's the point to understand. You can live on borrowed money, you cannot fight on borrowed money. So, end of the day, the terror infrastructure will have to be dismantled. The only thing is, if it is not done voluntarily, then probably the Pakistan armed forces will itself have to be dismantled in this thing. And it is for global security, not only India's security. It is global security because every terrorist incident happening anywhere in the world, there is a threat leading in Pakistan. There is a threat leading in Pakistan.
Yes.
So it is for global security. We are doing the dirty work for the whole world. We are doing it for the whole world.
Brigadier Jamwal, thank you very much for joining us on the program once again. We stay in South Asia, but this time move to Sri Lanka.